Once upon a time, there was a forest. And in that forest there was a tree. And at the top of that tree, there lived a bird. One night, the bird at the top of the tree was looking out at a beautiful, full, silvery moon. And that moon to the bird looked so beautiful. The bird fell in love with the moon. It started to sing. Oh, moon, you are so beautiful, you beautiful thing. He didn't have a very good voice, that bird. All night he kept on singing, oh, moon, you are so beautiful. In that tree, there lived a monkey. And the monkey could not get to sleep. Be quiet, said the monkey. I'm trying to sleep. But the bird carried on singing, moon, I think I love you. Well, the monkey was so fed up, he grabbed a stick and he threw the stick at the bird, like that. But the stick missed. Clatter, 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 it went all the way down to the bottom. But at the bottom of the tree, there was a snake. And when the stick hit the snake was so scared. It looked around for somewhere to hide and shot down a hole. But inside that hole, there lived a tiny little mouse. And when the mouse saw that snake, he was terrified. And he came scampering from his little hole. Running and running and running he was. And he ran so fast, he was swelling with fear. And as he swelled with fear, that little mouse started to get bigger. He got so big, he was soon as big as a rat. He ran and ran and ran and ran until he was as big as a cat. He ran and ran and ran and ran, swelling with fear until he was as big as a dog. He ran and swelled with fear until he was as big as a cow. He ran and swelled with fear until that mouse was the size of an elephant. And he went running through the town. And when the people saw this mouse the size of an elephant, they were so scared of him. They hid. They hid in doorways, underneath carts. And one old woman picked up a stick and she threw the stick at this mouse the size of an elephant. And it missed. But who should it hit right in the face but the king's son? And when the king's son was hit in the face, he started to cry. Oh, Daddy, somebody has hit me in the head with a stick. The king was furious. Who would do such a thing? It was an old lady, people said. Fetch me the old lady. And so his guards went away, and they searched and they searched, and they found the old lady, and they brought her to see the king. Old woman, I've been hearing stories about you. Is it true that you threw a stick that hit my son in the face? It is true, Your Majesty, said the old woman, but it really wasn't my fault. You see, I was so scared of this mouse the size of an elephant that I threw the stick and it missed and hit your son. So it wasn't me. You must blame the mouse. Said the king. Fetch me this mouse, the size of an elephant. Well, his guards went away and they searched and they searched. The mouse had shrunk a little. It was about as big as a cow. Mouse, I've been hearing stories about you. Is it true that you once ran through my town the size of an elephant and so scared this old woman that she threw a stick that hit my son in the face? It's true, Your Majesty, but it's not my fault. You see, I was scared by this snake, and when it came into my house I ran and I swelled with fear. So you can't blame me. You have to blame the snake. Thought the king. Fetch me the snake. So his guards went away and they searched and they searched and they came back with a snake. Snake, I've been hearing stories about you. Is it true that you went into the house of a mouse and so scared him that he swelled with fear until he became the size of an elephant, that so scared this old woman here, she threw a stick and hit my son in the face? is true, your majesty, but you can't blame me. For I was sleeping at the foot of a tree when a monkey threw a stick that scared me, and I went into the house. The rest you probably know. You can't blame me. You have to blame the monkey. Fetch me the monkey! So his guards went away, and they searched and they searched, and they found the monkey, and they brought the monkey to see the king. And the king looked at the monkey, and the monkey looked at the king. Monkey, I've been hearing stories about you. Is it true that you threw a stick that scared a snake, that went into the house of a mouse, that so scared him he swelled with fear until he became the size of an elephant, and scared this old woman who threw a stick and hit my son in the face? Yep, it is true. I threw the stick that scared the snake, but it wasn't my fault, your majesty. You see, I was trying to get some sleep, and in the top of the tree there was a bird, and the bird kept on singing, and his singing was so rubbish I couldn't get to sleep. You can't blame me. You must blame the bird. Fetch me the bird! The guards went away, and they found that bird. And they brought the bird to the king. The king put him on the palm of his hand. Bird, I've been hearing stories about you. Is it true that your singing is so terrible? So terrible that a poor monkey couldn't get to sleep, and so he had to throw a stick at you. And the stick scared a snake, that scared a mouse, that scared an old woman. Yep, I'm not very good at singing, said the bird. But I'm in love. You see, the moon, the beautiful moon. Ooh, said the king. Your singing is terrible. See, you can't blame me. You must blame the moon. Thought the king. Fetch me the moon! So his guards went away, and they took nets. They took lassos. They did everything they could to try and capture that moon. But in India, even today, there is still a king who's trying to find out who is to blame for throwing the stick that hit his son in the face.